Hello. Sorry it's taken me a second to get set up. First time ever doing this. Thank you, Mac, for the follow. Should have already been logged in. Whoa, 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 that was loud. That was loud. That was loud. So sorry. I'm actually going to adjust some of my in-game volumes because that was horrendously loud. I'm so sorry if I blew your ears out for a second. That would have been no blocks. I'll shut that off and go disable that because that was horrible. So I'm currently working on, it's a little difficult to see. Maybe I can actually turn on the full schematic on that and everything. It's a little hard to see because all of the colors, but I'm working on my Nether tunnel and it's gonna be a massive dragon that's holding my portal. I've already got a little more than half done. And I actually have a, what would it be? A calibrated sculpt sensor inside of it to detect noise that makes a note block go off with a dragon head on it for the dragon sound. But I'm just gonna go ahead and shut that off for now because that was obscenely loud. Okay, background music is loud. Got it. Okay, I turned it down by half. That should be good. If it's not, let me know. Okay, do I need, yeah, I need Silk Touch for this. Thank you, Leslie, and I'm so sorry if I butchered your name, but Ulysses AR for the follow. I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I'm horrible with name pronunciations. Okay, that shouldn't set off anymore. Oh, I gotta leave a hole to get back in here though, so I can turn it back on later. And, okay. That'll be much easier to remember, or much easier to pronounce, not so much remember, but either way. I'm not used to having my game sounds this loud. Is it loud for you guys as well, or is it just coming through my headset loud? I have the music almost as low as it can go now without actually being shut off. If it's still an issue, I can just turn it off completely. Okay, I know there's a little delay in the stream, so let me know if you hear a change. I'll give it a minute before I shut it off completely just to make sure that you guys can hear the change. If you can't hear a change at all, then I'm just gonna kill the music. It's not really necessary. I'm not actually using OBS, so I'm using Streamlabs OBS to actually stream the game, but I'm using a mixer that came with my headset for the volume adjusting. And on my end, I can't hear the music at all anymore. Is it still playing? Because on my screen it's saying it's not playing at all anymore. That's odd. Okay, now it is. Okay. Okay, I have everything set to 1%, so if it's still loud, I'm just gonna completely cut it. It hasn't changed at all? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cut it then. I will work on that some other time, trying to figure out what's going on there. Unless there's this... Were you guys hearing two different, like, songs at the same time, or was it just one audio? Streamed music. Just the one, okay. Oh! Okay, apparently I did set something up through OBS that was playing... Okay. I did adjust that one now. The first one might not have been coming through at all. Are you guys still hearing it? Is it still an issue? There we go. Okay, yeah, so apparently the music that I was listening to was not the same thing that you guys were hearing. It was a separate playlist. So I had gotten set up to stream forever ago. I mean, it had to have been almost a year now since I originally started setting up everything to be able to stream. And at one point, I actually programmed in like a playlist. And I don't remember how I did that, but apparently it was automatically playing. And I was adjusting my music and not your guys's. That's why I can't hear music, but you can. Okay, glad I figured that out, because I just don't remember doing that. That's making me wonder why my other music wasn't coming through. I'll learn all of this eventually. Okay. Okay, so I've been working on a lot in my tunnel. I first dug everything out because I kind of had to do that first. It's bedrock to bedrock on both ends, up and down. And it's pretty long. It's a little over 100 blocks. And then at one point, I stopped what I was doing to just start building the sidewalls. Like, how it is here with the different shades of gray, that's going to be the whole walls with some designing in between. Like, there's going to be a deep slate layer. But I kind of got bored of that. So I started breaking out bedrock. Because I want all of this upper bedrock broken out, and I'm considering breaking out the bottom bedrock as well. And I've got a significant amount done. I have a big hole here, and I've started doing strips this way. And I'm slowly getting it done. But it's just taking forever, and I can only do so much per day. I'm getting about like a row or two done per day now that I've kind of organized it instead of doing it super chaotically. Which is, it's good, it's getting done, but the progress is so slow, and I decided, well, I just want the dragon to be holding the portal. I want something to start looking pretty, so it looks like I have some progress made. And I've been attacked by ghast constantly while I've been doing this. Why is the thing not rendering? Probably because it's on the wrong level. The map is tiring too. Oh, you're working on a map? Or... I'm considering that. Maybe just sealing it off with something simple, doing gravel along the whole things just so I can quickly break it down with torches. Because it's getting excessive, and it's maybe if I get up here, you can see it. Yeah, you can see a little bit of fire. Wait, why is my zoom not working? Whatever. You can see a little bit of fire over there because the wool in the side walls are actually flammable. So I'm actually going to have to backtrack and go through parts of the wall and patch it up from gas attacks. Which is more backtracking. If I would have just done the walls first, like I'd meant to, I wouldn't be having these issues. But ADHD at its finest. I cannot stay on one task for long if it's a monumental task. Like, I have the dedication to get it all done. I've been planning my base out since about February. So the motivation's there, but I gotta have multiple projects I can bounce between because I can't do the same thing forever. It drives me crazy. And I did not get enough blackstone walls. Another design flaw on my part was I made this in creative, but I made it solid. I should have either made it hollow or I should have filled it with dirt or something because I ended up going and buying a load of blackstone thinking that I needed a ton, and if I would have just filled it with dirt or made it hollow when I was designing it in creative, I probably wouldn't have used a fraction of the amount of resources that I've used. Where did that go? And I keep having to backtrack because apparently I'm not finishing full layers before I'm moving on to the next layer. This is the first, not just the first season of ISV, but the first time in Minecraft I've ever used schematics. So, not used to it. Definitely loving it though. I was able to do an insane amount of planning. Because usually I never used to build in creative before building in survival. I just didn't see any point because having to look back and forwards between different tabs and kind of altering it as I go because I messed up was worse than just trying to build it from scratch. But now that like I can have an accurate materials list instead of just gathering a ton of random materials, having an idea of what I want but not a real plan. It's nice. Except for when I fall through the schematic and die. That's happened a few times now. And I need a second monitor for this. I underestimated the value of a second monitor. Everyone I know who streams was like, oh, it's so amazing, you really need it. And I'm using my old laptop as a second monitor. And it's so small off to the side of me that I can't see whether my widgets are working. I can barely see the chat feed. I had to end up pulling the chat feed or the stream manager up on my phone just so I could see the chat. Why? StreamElements did a live alert in the chat. I don't know why it did that. So much to learn. So much to learn. I've been wanting one for a while now, but my issue is I really like the one I have, and I wanted to get a second of the same kind of monitor. Where's the ghast? I should really have my bow on me. I wanted to get a second of the same monitor, but I bought the monitor back in the States, and since moving to Italy, I don't have access to the same things. And I thought, oh, I'll just buy it off of Amazon. But it's a Walmart brand monitor, and Walmart doesn't deliver to Italy. That's like a US only thing. I need to decide whether I'm going to wait until I move back to the States to finally get it, which isn't going to be for another 2 years, or do I just kind of give up this, not obsession, but like want for them to be the same monitor. Exactly, and I used to hate Walmart trips. Like going to Walmart each week it was horrible. Like my husband would not come with me. I'd like, "Can you please come with me? I don't if I have to do it, I don't want to do it by myself," type thing. And he hated it, so he never did. So I would always end up going by myself, and like there's so many people, and even if it's not crowded, it felt crowded. I was never a fan until I moved here, and now I miss it. The convenience of having everything you need to buy in one location. I miss it. It was so nice. It was one trip a week instead of one trip every couple days. Also, I should not be awake. I feel like I'm getting tired, but I have to stay up all day. I'm trying to reset my sleep schedule because it's been so bad. Better the devil, you know? Um, sorry if I'm just not getting it, but your wording's got me confused on what that means. My husband and most of my family like to constantly remind me that I'm very uncultured and some of the most common expressions I don't understand. I'm kind of used to not understanding things, just in general. And I actually brought it up in VC, I think it was earlier this morning or yesterday. And I can't remember who was in VC with me, but I asked them if they thought that it just means that even though it's... Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I feel like there's a lot of Aussies on ISV. But, what was I saying? Alright, I was in... What am I looking for? Anyways. Sidetracked. It was something about in the VC. Right. I had a... Okay, I thought I lost it for a second. I had a new sound that I'd put on my Stream Deck, and I played it, and I thought it was great. I thought it was going to be like one of my most used sounds, and they're like, "Why do you have that sound?" It's like, oh, I don't know if I can play it because I don't know if it's a copyright thing, but it's basically like saying something along the lines of, "I don't understand what happens. I wonder if anyone or am I the only one who doesn't understand?" And it was weird, their reaction. I thought they were gonna like get it. I think I just thought about it in a very different way than they did. Why do I keep coming back here? What am I missing? I just got completely sidetracked. I don't know where I was going with that, but... Oh, okay. Well, it's this sound then. I don't know if this will come through. I'm gonna try it anyways, though.
What did any of that mean?
I don't know if you guys heard that, but it is like a cute little voice that was like sounding scared and was like, "What did any of that mean?" Because they talk about stuff all the time that I just don't understand, and I never know whether it's just a reference I'm not getting or whether it's like an inside joke. Okay, good to know. So I always feel in VC with the majority of the conversations, like I have no idea what's really going on, I'm just happy to be there type of thing. And I've always been like that. growing up with family, with friends in high school. I've always been that way. I just didn't understand a lot. And I was super uncultured. Growing up, like, I never went anywhere. I never did anything. I wasn't allowed to have friends over. I didn't go to people's houses. So, I don't know if isolated is the right word, but I was pretty isolated in, I think, I think that's the right word, but I'm not sure. So when it comes to, like, very common references that the majority of people get, I just don't understand. Or I have no idea that it's a reference, and I'm confused by the wording because it's a specific reference and I just don't know it. And so I got sidetracked again. Basically, I had a cousin who was super, still is, super open-minded, very, very cultured, and one day she kind of just said to me, "Do you think that maybe you're autistic?" And I was like, "Whoa, what?" Like, my brother and my dad kinda, I don't know what the word would be, but like, they're not very understanding of other people and the way they live. And I got sort of offended when my cousin said that because I didn't actually know what it meant. And since then, I've wanted to get tested because the way that she explained it made a lot of sense. Yeah. Well, yeah, and since being online and like talking to people through ISV and other things, it's like so much worse than just growing up and not understanding because like it's not just that I don't understand the references, I don't understand the culture too. And not knowing whether it's a reference or whether it's a culture thing and just generally not understanding the majority of the conversations I'm having with people, it's kind of difficult. And I try not to because like I love the VC and I want to talk to people and I want to be engaged, but when I don't understand, I tend to just zone out. I feel kind of bad for not talking to them, or they'll say something like they were trying to have a conversation with me the whole time, but I was zoned out. Yeah, that's that's good to know. I feel like either you're not in VC very much, or I'm just not catching you, because time zones are weird. That's another thing with talking to people online. I've had to get used to time zones. Like, that was a hard enough thing just moving here, trying to get used to the difference between my family's time zone back in the States and then my time zone here. It's been a pain. And then I join ISV and there's people in time zones all over the world, not just my time zone and my family's time zone. What am I looking for? I get distracted so easily. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm in VC on almost a daily basis, so that's probably why it feels like you don't go in very often, because relatively, as always. Harder as an admin to what? To be in VC? Yeah, somebody at the start of the season, I was in VC constantly, and I was doing a lot of, I don't know if I would say that they were community things, but like doing things just in general with the newer players. And at one point, somebody suggested that I should apply for guide next time that it's available. And I panicked a little bit. I was like, no, 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 no. I like being helpful. Like, I will help people anytime they need it, but like I don't want to be the person that everyone comes to when they have questions, because more often than not, I don't know. I'm happy to help, but like, if I don't know, then I feel bad for not knowing or not being able to help them. I get that. And do you kind of feel like that you should know almost because you're a V or because you're an admin, right? Not a mod. Yeah, an admin. So like when you don't know, it's like a personal thing, like they expect me to know this and I don't know this, so I can't help them type thing. I could see how that would suck. Yeah. I think it's also like a lot of questions that people have generally are like in the documents, like in either the well, I guess it's all in the Git book now, but I mean, even though you're an admin, it's not like you're gonna have the whole Git book memorized. That's a lot. Light levels. Everything needs to be spawn proof. Because otherwise I'm gonna have to backtrack and do all of this later. Okay, that's not spawn proof. I actually have it like bookmark in my the spawn the oh they're right there. Okay. I actually have the Git book like bookmarked in my browser tab because anytime I'm unsure about stuff and I ask either mods or guides or anyone, more often than not, there's not like what would what would be the right way to word that? It's not it's not that they don't know what they're talking about, but it feels like a lot of people aren't on the same page. Like maybe some of them are thinking about like last season rules and things got updated, or they take a guess and they don't say that it's a guess. And there's been quite a bit of confusion with that type of stuff. Yeah, I noticed that earlier today. After the reset, I went to the shopping district multiple times, and I assumed that like I had gotten the notifications when I went to Trade Haven and just didn't notice it or something like that because I'm aware they're on the same server, but I didn't think too much of it, and I kind of just noticed it a couple times, and it would have been just a few hours ago when I went. Like I intentionally made sure to check to see whether or not there was a notification. And when I got to my shop and there were cells and there were no notifications, I was like, okay, something's different. And I figured it was probably just an update issue, whether the plugin's just not updated for 1.20.2 or it's a confliction or something like that. I assumed it was probably that, but yeah, it's a bit frustrating. There's been a couple things. The chat protocol. I'm not familiar with that. I haven't been keeping up with the change logs as much as I used to. And I know there has been a lot of changes, but I haven't been paying to them specifically. I didn't realize there was any ones in 1.20.2. I just knew of the villager changes, the diamond generation. Yeah, I think those are the only ones that I knew of. But yeah, I'm not gonna say who it is specifically, because like I know they meant well, but there have been a couple specific mods who have given me wrong information more than once. And like I know that wasn't their intention, but when I start acting on the assumption that what they told me is fact, and then later get corrected by either another mod or just someone else, realizing that I'm wrong and have to backtrack on things, it's a bit frustrating. But like, I also understand why there's the confusion. I mean, a lot of things from last season stayed the same, so a lot of people probably assumed that the majority, if not everything, is the same. Other than like the new stuff with the different servers and things like that. Oh, clears your chat history. Is things like that not saved in the... Oh, okay, so you're talking about like chat history as in like when you specifically message people, like when you whisper them or when you try to reply to them or things like that? Or is it something different? I hate it when I try to place things, but I can't because I can't see through the schematic. People have told me that I can adjust the visibility on it, but I just haven't. Why can't I? There we go. I'm really hoping that I can actually finish this today. I've been working on the dragon for like 2 days. Oh, just between servers. Okay. Oh, that's a pain. I don't think I've run into any issues with it because I haven't noticed any issues with it, but I don't think I've been messaging people and switching between servers at the same time. Like, generally when I'm messaging people, I'm kind of standing in the same area for a while. But yeah, I could see how that could cause problems. T-Sup? Everybody, okay, so many people have different names on Twitch than they have on ISV, and I'm not familiar with some of them yet. Um, like, the person who said to call them Ant. Part of me is thinking that's like Ant, like antagonizer or something like that from ISV, but I'm not sure. And even if it was, I have no way of knowing. Because I know a lot of people also go by the same nicknames. Oh, really? Online. Oh, on the... Oh, it's the same name. Okay. It's just not a name I'm familiar with then. Hi! Um, multiple people. Yay, hi! Um, I am working on a massive dragon in my nether tunnel that will be holding my nether portal. Thank you for the follow, Gareth. Okay, I had my elytra on. I thought I was about to fall. I'll actually turn the schematic to like the full view so you can see what it's gonna be. It's a little hard with all the colors, but it's a dragon who's gonna be holding the nether portal. And on the sides you can see there's some designs, but as of now, and not page down. Um, I've only got some of the walls built. I've been switching between tasks like crazy. I was doing the walls, and then over here I was breaking out some of the bedrock roof, which eventually I'm going to break out all of the bedrock roof. And then working on some of these lower, um, not pillars. I don't, I don't know what to call that. I remember why I was coming through here now. I was going to get a flint and steel to move my portal. I am very scatterbrained. And it's not just because I'm streaming, I'm generally very scatterbrained. So having multiple tasks to switch through might sound like it's not good, but it's the thing that keeps me not motivated, entertained? I don't think that's the word either. It's what keeps me from getting burnt out on Minecraft. Because I switch between things so frequently that get I don't get burnt out or bored. As of right now, I have this plot, this is my claim, everything is going to be leveled down to Y70, which is only 6 blocks above the water level down there, so I have a lot to level. I have to build walls around the whole claim. I'm going to have a floating dragon in the center of the sky, up about at world height, a little below. And then I've also got my Nether project where I'm digging out, or I did dig out all of this bedrock to bedrock. I'm blowing out all of the bedrock. I need to build the walls, build the dragon. So much to do, and that's without working on community projects, which I try to do, but I played on my laptop for a while when I first moved here to Italy, and I am so happy to have my PC back. I mean, arguably, my laptop is stronger than my PC, but there's just something so nice about having a separate keyboard and mouse. And I know I can use a keyboard and mouse with my laptop, but I'm not a fan. Oh, I need to turn this back on. Page down, make sure I didn't forget anything, because I keep forgetting stuff. All of these things around the outside that I'm not building currently is because it's either going to be part of the walls, which I'm not working on, or it's going to be a part of the dragon wings, which I have to do separately, because that's all basalt and polished basalt. And I'm kind of trying to stick with blackstone right now because inventory issues. But also my inventory's a mess just because it's not organized. Also, it's freezing. Like, it's so cold. I thought Italy was supposed to be, like, a warmer country. And it might be, but, like, relatively, but it's cold. My monitor was actually only $60, and I absolutely love it. I don't know what the size is on it. I would say it's like a standard or like an average size monitor. It's not one of the massive ones, but it's definitely not small either. Um, if you're from the US, I actually got mine from Walmart. It was pretty cheap. It was 80 on sale for 60. And I want a second monitor really bad. I'm currently using an old laptop, like not my new laptop, but my old one from like freshman year of high school as my second monitor, and it kind of sucks. If I was back in the US, I would go to Walmart and get another one of the same monitor that I already have because it is amazing for the price. That's a good question. I actually have the box for it still with me because that's how I shipped it here to Italy. Let me double check. Um, 24 inches is the size, 165 hertz refresh rate. I'm guessing gigahertz is just a different form of hertz. I don't know that much about super techie stuff. And thank you for that follow. Thank you. This is actually my first ever stream, so I'm not used to my like follower notification sound. It just sounds like a default notification sound. I'm pretty sure there's a way to customize it. I want to go in and customize all my sounds. And then I want to do some more Minecraft animation projects to have little animations. If you watch Impulse SV, he has animations for each time he gets a follow or a subscription or anything like that. And I want to do some custom ones of my own. I know how to do them, it's just the time it's going to take to actually sit down and get the work done. I did get one animation done before I started streaming. I don't know, but I can Google it real quick. If my mouse will switch over. There we go. Okay. That's not how you spell hertz. What was it? 165? Something like that? It's 1.65 gigahertz. So 100 hertz is a gigahertz, I guess? Yeah, I follow Puka. I actually watched a lot of his streams, and he uses Blender and he uses MC Prep, which is the same software that I use. So watching him has really helped me learn some of the things about the software that I wasn't familiar with. He's actually the reason I got into animation at all. Um, like I think it was season 7, Exuma Void and all of the Evil X animations that he would have at either the start or the end of his Hermitcraft videos. They were so, so good. And I knew I always wanted to do some kind of content creation, but I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do to kind of make my content special instead of being like just another Minecraft streamer, just another Minecraft like let's play person. And laptop specs. It still has the sticker on it, so that's the only way I will know these things. It's an Intel Core i7. I know it has 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's a Katana 15 B12V. It was like the same price as my PC. So my laptop's actually better. Like it's got more RAM, it's got more storage. It's super nice, but my laptop was $1,400. It's like crazy expensive, but we kind of bought it for my husband and like in replacement of a PC setup. We were planning on getting him a PC setup to go alongside mine, but he decided he wanted the laptop instead. So we went all out on it. That's kind of what I thought. It when we first bought it, it started to overheat a little bit, and let me tell you, I panicked. I was like, this is a very expensive laptop. This is a brand new laptop. It can't overheat. We can't break it already. So I bought a laptop cooler off of Amazon that just plugs into a USB port on the side of it. And as long as we have that running, um, the cooler that it sits on, as long as we have that running while we're using it, I can do a lot more on that than I can on my PC. I just prefer my PC because I'm more familiar with it, and then also the bigger screen. Do I sound out of breath? I'm trying not to. I don't know why I am. It's probably because I had a little bit of anxiety doing this. I've wanted to stream for over a year now, and like I've had everything set up. I just never actually pressed. I do? Okay. I never actually pressed start streaming. I was so scared that I was gonna mess everything up or that things would go wrong and I wouldn't know how to fix it. So I obsessively like did research for months on all the technical stuff, even though I still don't know all of the technical stuff. And I can't remember who it was. I think it was one of Mumbo's videos, like one of his inspirational things that he does on Instagram, where he was like you're probably the only one who's actually holding you back and like just go for it, do what you want to do. No, I think it was the Imbinskiz podcast. I don't know. It was one of those things that kind of was what pushed me to just finally do it. What's the worst that can go wrong? If everything burns and fails and crashes, then at least I can say I tried. And that's not something I would have been able to say yesterday. I kept making up excuses. Okay, that's good to know. I I want to be techie so bad. I did so much research wanting to build my own PC, and I do know some things, but I didn't know enough to feel comfortable to actually buy all the parts and build my PC. So I ended up just buying a pre-built, and turns out I extremely overpaid for my PC. I didn't know this at the time. I know now because Schalt, who is way techier than I am, went over my specs with me and kind of told me, yeah, I definitely overpaid. And it's got some weird compatibility stuff. Hi, Sturm! Thank you! It's not as scary as I thought it'd be. But yeah, Schalt informed me that I definitely overpaid, and some of the things that it came with is like weird compatibility things, and even though it was marketed as it would be easy to upgrade, it is in fact not going to be easy to upgrade. You say that, but it's really not. Because, like, you guys can hear me, and even though I can read chat, I can't actually hear you. And it's different. I definitely would not say it's the same. Right, I was gonna move the portal. And I don't know why. I don't know if I'm more nervous than I realize or what, but I feel like I'm very out of breath and like I'm talking shaky. Max said I'm fine and said that I'm not talking shakily. It might just be in my head, but I don't get like this in VC. I don't know why. VC's not nerve-wracking. This is slightly nerve-wracking. Yeah, so I actually got an HP pre-built, and I paid, it was like 1,300, but after the cost of the mouse and the keyboard and then buying my monitor separately and all of that ended up being about 1,400. So it was almost quite literally the same price as my laptop. And it only has 16 gigabytes of RAM instead of 32. I don't know off the top of my head what my processor, what my graphics card or anything like that is, but apparently it's like these two types of things don't usually go together. See, that's what I thought too. I was always under the, like, my family always bought HP computers, but usually they bought like the computer is like built into the monitor thing. So I assumed it would be good, but going back and like looking at the prices for like the case and the graphics card and the CPU and the RAM and all the different components, I probably could have got away with paying literally half the price if I built it myself. I almost literally paid double. Yeah, I have 32 gigabytes of RAM on my husband's laptop. I say it's my laptop, but he uses it more than I do, and we bought it with the intention of him using it. I do all the techie stuff on it. Like, if anything needs updated or if he's having issues with modded games and stuff, he always brings it to me. Um, how many cores for what? For my laptop or my PC? Oh, I'm gonna have to pull up my specs now. I have a screenshot of it because I couldn't remember. Oh wait, that's on my old phone. I got a new phone like a week ago and I'm still trying to get used to it. I think it's 12 cores, 6 threads for my PC, but I have no idea what the laptop is. But yeah, we can run modded Minecraft and like more programs on the laptop better than we can on the PC. Because my PC works pretty well. I can have lots of tabs open. I can do multiple things. Like I can be playing a game, have Blender open, have music running in the background, and like a couple other tabs, and it's fine. The laptop, on the other hand, can do like multiple instances of modded games open, and music, and YouTube, and tabs, and it gets warm, but it doesn't struggle. It never seems to lag, it's never froze. I would agree, but I really don't know. Um, I intentionally did research when buying my PC for something that would work well gaming because that was my intention when I bought it. I've played Minecraft for like 8 or 9 years, but I played it on my phone. And I finally decided I wanted to start streaming and I wanted to learn how to make resource packs and modding and things like that. And you just can't do that on the phone. You can't, Bedrock. So I got the PC with the intentions of still playing Bedrock, but being able to stream. And I ended up switching over to Java and haven't been back to Bedrock since. And even though I bought my PC a year ago and bought it with the intentions of streaming, this is still my first stream and it's been over a year. Over a year, yeah. Not just a year, it's actually more than now cuz I ordered it for my birthday and it came later. It came in October. I thought it was funny. Java's I love Java. The only thing that drove me crazy when I switched over from Java or from Bedrock to Java is you can't bone meal sugarcane. It drove me so crazy. That was the one thing that it's not that I couldn't get used to it, it's that I was like mildly angry about it. I was so upset because I tried for so long. I tried like logging out and logging back in thinking it was a lag issue. I tried bone mealing it by hand all different ways. I was like walking in circles around the bone meal, like or not the bone meal. I was like walking in circles around the sugar cane trying to bone meal it, jumping on it trying to bone meal it. It wouldn't work. So I tried to do it with a dispenser thinking, okay, maybe I'm just having client issues. And I wasn't. I don't even remember how I figured out. I think I think I said something in chat. Or no, I was watching one of Real Soji's streams because I was on Real Soji's Patreon server. That's the first Java experience I ever had. And I was asking, hey, what's going on? I think there's a bug. And she's like, no, you can't bone meal sugarcane on Java. And I lost my mind. I was so upset. I was so stressed out for well, not for no reason, but I was like, oh, I was so excited to come to Java because you have connected textures. The thing I was most excited for was connected textures with the glass. The Java glass that I would always see in YouTube videos. I was so excited to finally have that, and then I downloaded Java and didn't have it, not realizing that it was Optifine, that it was a mod. So I was like, okay, a little disappointed by the glass. And this was before I even knew that like I could do modded. I didn't know that I could do Optifine or anything like that. And I think the not being able to bone meal sugarcane was kind of the thing that was like, okay, I'm going back to Bedrock even though I never actually went. Because the SMP that I was a part of on Bedrock, the community kind of died out. No! I actually have my bow on me now. Oh. No. Okay. I don't want to be in a hole. I'm not gonna try with a bow. I'm a horrible shot. I'm just gonna... No! I should have built the walls first. Surprisingly, that's not actually... That's the first ghast I've seen since I've been streaming. I was seeing them constantly earlier. Go away, magma cubes. I don't need any more magma cream. I have plenty. Yeah, actually, I ended up buying our laptop after we moved here. I bought the PC when we were back in the US. And we bought it from the base, so it was already cheaper anyway. But I say it was cheaper. I mean, it was $1,400, so it wasn't cheap, but it was cheaper than I was expecting. That needs to be there. That's already there. Okay. I got sidetracked again. I hear Piglin. How? This is Basalt Delta. This is Basalt Delta. Why are you here? well, it's supposed to be Basalt Delta. I can tell that most of it is. I specifically picked my base location based on the Nether tunnel location because I need the white particles. Exactly. I'm actually going to switch over so you guys can see. Is this the right one? I think this is the right one. Instead of showing you the schematic, it just dawned on me that I built this in creative. I can actually show you what it's supposed to look like. So after knocking out all of the bedrock, I do have everything spawn proofed up here. I've got carpets on all the solid blocks or slabs up here. After knocking out all of the bedrock, I'm going to do like these arch things on the side. And I'm going to have these indentions in the wall. And the tunnel... Okay, that's where the schematic splits. So it's actually a little bit longer than this. And with the fog, the black and white theme, I'm doing a monochromatic base this season. So the black and white theme is what I was really going for. And this fog with the particles slowly walking up on the dragon, with the eyes coming into focus first and it holding the portal, is the effect that I could not give up. I did not care what my I did not care what my base location was as long as the Nether tunnel was entirely in a Basalt Delta. I love this effect. It fits it so well. I have not tried a lifesteal server. I am horrible at PvP. Like, horrible is kind of an understatement. The amount of times I've accidentally killed Dapper is astonishing to me because I can't fight. If he would have tried to fight back at all, he would have won. But, like, I don't know if he's just accident prone or if he just straight up let me kill him multiple times. My husband, on the other hand, he loves PvP. He loves modded and PvP and challenge and things like that. And I kind of like the grind of Minecraft and then like the relaxingness. In general, I would say I'm pretty creative at like all forms of art I've done. I have a million hobbies and all of them are creative. But when it comes to being creative in Minecraft, I'm not super creative. I say that while literally building a dragon holding my portal and with like the craziest base plan ever. But like building doesn't come naturally. It's a struggle. When it comes to being creative IRL, it's entirely different. Like I will sew, I will paint, I will draw. I've made candles and I made my wedding dress and like all the creative stuff. But I don't know, just building in Minecraft is a different kind of creative I'm not used to. I think this is the first, I would say the first season, but I wasn't really here most of last season. This is the first time in Minecraft I've actually had a base plan and like actually had kind of had a theme or an idea that I started with instead of just jumping into Minecraft to build all of the farms and then stop playing. I'm definitely a redstone person, usually, but this season I've done little to no redstone, and it's kind of different. I don't know that I'd say it's a bad different, but I'm definitely not used to it. I need more stairs. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Right, redstone. So, when I actually hosted the Bedrock SMP that I was on previously. Um, so like not only the admin side of things and not only like the behind the scene technical stuff, but in game as well. Um, Technical stuff was the only thing I was interested in. I did not care about building. I I really didn't ever build except for like during seasonal stuff or if like the server wanted to do an event, I would build something in creative for the event. But I never I never tried to like build a base or anything like that. My base was always a massive hole in the ground that I would carve out, and I would basically carve it out. I think I would always start with like 100 by 100 and then like 13 or 14 tall. And I would just do all of the farms. And I would play Minecraft for like a month straight, building every farm that I could think of, every farm that I knew of, and then I would be bored of it. And if there weren't other people online, which for that server there generally wasn't, I um, I basically just kind of left it behind, and then I'd have this like sad feeling forever because Minecraft's really the only game I play that I didn't have anyone to play with and I didn't have any projects to work on. But being on ISV has kind of fixed all of that. If I don't have a project to work on or if I'm burnt out on my projects, there's always community stuff. And if there's not a community project, which is rare, but at the end of the last season, it did happen. Um, there would always be people who needed help with their personal projects. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think ISV is the reason my stream is actually doing quite well, because at least 3 of the names I recognize from ISV. I mean, this is the best community. Before finding ISV, when it came to like finding a community, whether it was Minecraft or really anything, you always kind of have that fear that there's either going to be griefers or people aren't going to have the same values as you, or that like it would all just be bad vibes. But there is none of that issue on ISV. ISV is amazing. No, you're all good. Have a good night, good time, good morning, whatever it is for you. Thank you for stopping in. I would tell you when I stream next, but I don't have a stream schedule yet, so maybe see you again if you get the notification that I'm streaming whenever that might be. I'm definitely going to try to remember names. It's kind of easy, I think, for newer streamers to like remember viewers and like people who keep coming in because they don't have like 1,000 viewers to try to remember. But like even with like Impulse and people who have a ton of viewers, they they always have like 5 or 6 people that they always remember no matter what. Like for Tango, I would say that Nightshade is definitely one that he remembers. Like it's a name that like sticks out because either she's just been with him forever or she's super active in his community, and I don't know which it is, but we're getting there. I'm probably gonna have to stop building though and dig out more basalt. I didn't dig enough to start with. I thought I did, but yeah, the head of the dragon is definitely gonna run into the basalt. It didn't go far enough back. I think so. They almost have to be. Speaking of Tango and decked out, kind of sad it's the last phase of decked out. Like he worked on it for a whole year and like it's been a great month, but it has only been like a month, maybe 2 at most. I am kind of excited for the world download to come out though, so I can play decked out myself. I'll probably be horrible at it, but I do definitely want to play it. Double slab. Okay, free cam. I need to reroute whatever hotkey it is that I use for that. Oh, that's my feet. That's what the red is. Okay. Oh, right. I broke up the obsidian. I can finish building the portal. I should probably do that, because right now I have no way to get to my base. Should probably also fill that in. Because I know a lot of people, myself included, that are accident prone and would think that the path is solid when it's not. How high does this go? Oh. Yay, perfect amount of obsidian. Awesome. Okay, portal blocks are spawn proof, so I don't have to worry about that, but I do need a button up there. Should also put glass or something behind the portal so I don't end up walking off the side, or walking and like falling to my death. It looks so weird with it just being the mouth. As long as I get this finished today, I do kind of hope... No, I don't want to go through. Okay. I do kind of hope, though, that I don't end up regretting doing this, and because a gas might blow it up. Words are difficult. No! I blocked myself in. I should just go on to the other side. A ghast might actually end up, oh right, I won't go through now, as long as I stay here. I don't want a ghast to blow up the dragon or the walls. Why won't that place? There's no blocks there, why won't it place? I don't know why that won't place. I heard that I placed one behind me. Did I already put a button up here? Okay, it did. Awesome. Now can I get... Okay, I can get down this way. Okay, now if I go through the portal, either this way or coming out, I won't fall off the backside. Where's my rockets? I was trying to fly with a carrot. I have no rockets. So much work to do. Looking at it, though, I did get a decent chunk of the bottom half of the wall done. I think I spent like 3 days on the bottom half of that wall before, like, just getting that part done. And I have to finish the bottom half. And then I have to do it on the other side. And this doesn't even go all the way down to the end. And then I have to do it on the top half. You can kind of see, I wish I still had my zoom key. You can kind of see right there where my cursor is, some deep slate. Right at that level, there's just a single line of deep slate that runs through. Other than that, it's mostly solid with a couple cutouts before the embellishments that are like further in the wall, on the wall. English. Oh, I miss my texture pack. I designed a texture pack that made these all different colors based on the duration of the rocket, but that texture pack is Optifine dependent. And Optifine doesn't have a 1.20.3 version out yet. I'm surprised I did not take any fall damage from that. What do you mean, no? Oh my goodness. inventory management. Okay, that goes there. That must be a stair then. That is a stair. That's not the right button. I can't. Where's the mixer? Has the background music stopped for you guys? Oh no, it looks like it's playing. Why does it say nothing's coming through? I need to fix it. 'Cause whatever's going on, I can't hear the music at all. Why did I get tagged in something? Oh, thank you. No, 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 no. I can't even see it. It's out of render. Okay, no, it's in render distance. It's just in the fog. There we go. Okay. Um, English. Right. Thank you, Star. I saw on ISV that you did the thing for the live. I was trying to figure out why I had a notification, but the sound never came through. I've got something going on with my sounds ever since I set up the Stream Deck to be able to play the sounds that I downloaded. Was it Mac? I thought it said. Oh, I'm sorry, Mac. Yeah, that was you. I'm not thinking straight. I should not be awake, actually. um. Uh-oh. Okay. Um. I'm good. My internet has been doing some weird stuff today. Earlier, it just completely shut off, and I thought it was doing that again, but it looks like it's fine. But my laptop just reset. I don't know what's going on. But ever since I set up my Stream Deck with all of the sounds the other day, my mixer has things all sorts of mixed up, and there's a lot of times that I can't hear stuff, but other people can, whether it's through VC or now you guys. Um, uh-oh. I'm streaming too, so she is on the server. She could come to me if she wanted to. I didn't mean to. Um, why did I come over here? Oh. Why did I come over here? Oh, I need more slabs. I appreciate that. I wouldn't be able to fight back anyway. You know what? I don't need my redstone box on me. And I might need my sword, but I don't need an axe. I might need a shovel if I run into gravel. Clear up the inventory a little bit. That should be good. I don't want to accidentally overcraft too much. I mean, I know that on the server we have like you can uncraft some things, but no! You're a jerk. I don't like you. Stop. There. And now magma cubes have spawned up here. Once I get this done, everything's gonna be spawn-proof, but right now there's some flat spaces while I'm still building, so every time I fly away to kill a ghast and then come back, there's little nuisances over here. That's what they are. They're nuisances. Wow. 9 a.m. I gotta stay up for another 12 hours. Whoa! Schematics are dangerous. Also, how were you able to spawn here? Seriously. How was he able to spawn? This is Basalt Delta, and even if he spawned... Oh, I guess he could have spawned over there and walked. I hope the backside of this dragon is not poking into the... whatever biome that would be Nether Waste, I think? Because I specifically chose this location because I thought that every block within the tunnel would have the... would be in Basalt Delta. Could be wrong, though. There we go. Wait, why is that a slab? Oh, upper slab. Upper... No! No! Did I break a block out here now? Is that now spawnable? That is spawnable. What was there? Also a slab. I don't like the piggies. I've died to them too many times. Not this season, though. This season I have a surprisingly low number of deaths for myself. I usually have very many more. Oh, I wish I would have checked my stats screen at the end of last season and seen how many deaths I had. I never did any head collecting or anything like that, so there were no intentional deaths, but I'm sure it was still quite high. I'm good. I'm actually kind of happy it's low. I'm not used to having a low death count. How are you this fine time zone? I like that. I might have to use that. Time zones are weird. Even some of the people that I've been in VC with since last season, I still don't, like, remember their time zones. I think Muselix is the only one that I remember because me and him are on the exact same time zone. Otherwise, I would not remember. Why? Whenever building this in creative, I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to do a bunch of double slabs. Just making the job harder for myself now, I guess. Can I make that jump? I don't think I can, but I'm gonna try anyway. Oh! I guess I could make that jump. Ghast, wherever you are, please leave me alone. I said please, so now you have to. Wrong button. Click. I want to reroute that key. No! I said please! I said please! Ah. You are a mean boy. I thought I just killed you. Why? Rude. do not appreciate it. Oh no! Did he blow up a block or is it just on fire? No, he actually blew up a pressure plate. Or I just hadn't placed it yet, I don't know. Either way, still rude. And now I need more stairs. I'm getting pretty close to having the dragon done. But then I have so many other things I need to do. Coal blocks. I didn't see coal blocks in the material list. I mean, I have coal blocks, that's not an issue, but... I need to go to the Wither Skelly farm and see if anybody's set any coal aside for me. Cause... how many shulkers am I up to now? Not even, maybe, well, maybe 9, or 8. Yeah, 8 shulkers of coal blocks. And, where's the number at? I need, it was 45, but I expanded it. I think it's like 57 or 58 now, shulkers of coal blocks. And when Wanzi was building the Witherskelly farm, he was like, oh, that'll be no issue. You'll get plenty of coal, and you'll get it so super fast. It'll be like one night of AFKing. Well, I've AFK'd 9 separate nights now, and the storage did not overflow. I put extra hoppers and chests on the side temporarily while I was AFKing, so that it wouldn't overflow. And only got a couple shulkers of coal blocks. He was wrong. I did not get it in one night of one night of AFKing. I'm not even a quarter. But that's not as bad as the black concrete. I need, where's that? 45 shulkers of black concrete? That is not something I'm looking forward to. I do have the diamonds to just straight up purchase it all if I wanted to. But I'm already planning on spending 1,500 diamonds on services for Renegade to help me blow out the bedrock for the nether roof because I've been doing it for over a week and I feel like I haven't even put a dent in it. No. Ghast, please leave me alone. I just remembered it's Friday. Secret Life comes out today. I really hope Impulse survived this week. Last week was kinda dicey. Am I walking on? Oh, hi! I heard somebody walking on the pressure plates. I'm getting so close to done! With the dragon, I mean. I have a lot to do with the tunnel, obviously. I can't wait until I get Optifine back. Like, I like the nether fog for effect, but it's also... I'm not used to it. I'm used to being able to see super far. Like, I'm used to being able to see the back wall over there. Over there. No, sort. There we go. Back wall over there, and being able to, like, see the entrance and see my whole tunnel. I was just thinking for a second how he was able to find me, but then I remembered I have coordinates up on my screen. Sodium. I'm not familiar with sodium. I've always used fabric. I'm guessing it's just like fabric, but it's like a different version of it, kind of like the differences between fabric and forge. I always have my coordinates on, and most of the time I forget that they're on. Pressure plates. It's getting so close. It looks so weird doing it from, like, layer by layer. Because, like, this makes it look like its entire head is ridiculously skinny. And it is kind of skinny, but kind of has to be when you only have 13 blocks wide to play with for a dragon this scale. Is this layer good? I think this layer is good. I don't know why that's there. There's no reason for that to be there. But it's there. No, wrong block. I'm assuming it's this way. So close to done. This way, I assume. Yes. Even though I still have so much more of the tunnel to do, just having this done makes it feel like I've made progress. I wonder what part I should work on next. Or correction, I know what I should work on next. I wonder what I'm going to work on next. Because I should do the walls for safety reasons. But we don't have the shuffle mod. And I was initially trying to use the schematic and like pick block for like each block because it's already randomly shuffled with commands when I made it in creative. But that took so long, and after using the shuffle mod, which I only downloaded one day before we updated, so I didn't get to use it very long, I can't go back. That was so nice. I would rather just wait. What do you mean you have it? I thought there wasn't a 1.20.3 version for it. Because, I mean, yeah, I still technically have it, but it's in my mods folder for 1.20.2. Ooh, powdered snow time. Not actually powdered snow time because I don't have any on me. It still works? Oh! Well, I'm gonna have to copy it from my 1.20.1 folder and move it over then because that the section of oh, you can't even see it from here. Oh yeah, you can. It's down there. The section of the wall that's done, even though it's not the whole thing, I only got maybe like vertically or not vertically, horizontally. Pretty much I only got like 12 columns of it done doing it by hand, and all the rest of it I did with the shuffle mod, and the part I did with hand or by hand took me like 2 days, and the part I did with the shuffle mod I got significantly more done, and it only took me like also 2 days to do, but because it was like a lot more work, even though it took longer, it was worth it. Or not worth it, even though it took the same amount of time. English? It's pretty much invaluable. After using it, I can't just build it by hand anymore. Same thing with Optifine. I feel like I'm going crazy without it. The unconnected glass texture is the worst. Now to clog up my inventory with powdered snow buckets. So that means that it only works for you. If it's, like, if it only works for operator. Operator and admin's the same thing, right? I think so. I probably don't even need this many. Yay! Smack. Okay. That should make this layer done if I didn't miss anything. Yay. Okay. Do I not have enough coal blocks? I do not have enough coal blocks. I thought I did. Wait. Why does it need more coal blocks on the inside if all of the interior parts are already marked off? You know what? I'm not going to use anymore. I'm just going to put some other block there, and it probably won't even be noticeable. Yeah, that's not even in a visible location. It's surrounded by solid blocks. It's about to waste valuable coal blocks. Yay, powdered snow's done. No! Do this one first. How does this go? This way, I think? Yes. Why you... Okay, wrong direction. No, gassed. No! One shot, nice. Am I gonna run into this? Ooh, I might not run into the ceiling. If I don't run into it, I'm gonna be super close. What was that? What was that noise? See ya, Sturm. Thank you for coming. What was that noise, though? My follower count went up, but it's not telling me who just followed, so thank you for whoever followed. I thought it said you did a while ago, though. Oh wait, no, that was you. It's just not showing up on my activity feed. Thank you for that, Sturm. Sorry, I got confused for a second. Well, have a good night or day or time zone, whatever it is for you. I might just need to refresh it. Bye! Oh, I need to get... I don't have very many goodbye sounds. I need to get more sounds on my Stream Deck, and I'm looking into ordering an extra large Stream Deck because I love using sounds. I'm absolutely hooked, but I just... It's so difficult to have a ton of sounds. I'm at over 100 sounds downloaded on my Stream Deck now, but because it's a regular size Stream Deck instead of one of the larger ones, I have to flip through folders or pages, and by the time I find the sound that I'm looking for, like the perfect opportunity for using it has already passed. And it's either no longer funny or it just doesn't apply to the situation anymore. And I use my Stream Deck for all sorts of things, for music and... No! No. Rude. Anyways, I have a folder on my Stream Deck called Quick Sites, which is just websites that I use super frequently. So instead of having to open a browser tab and then like either look through my bookmark things or actually search it, I can just like click the button on my Stream Deck and it'll open the page for me. Even if it's like something I need to be logged into, I can already have all of that pre-programmed. Or I have some hotkeys that I programmed using AutoHotkey. I actually wrote a script to auto trade with villagers for me. So I can click one button and it'll click back and forwards between the villager GUI and my inventory, and it'll shift click items back and forwards, and it does it very quickly. So I can trade with a villager, like shift click. Rotten Flesh would probably be the best thing to. Yeah, I think Rotten Flesh is the best thing I use it for because you have to trade in multiples now that you can't cure them multiple times, and with it being 7 Rotten Flesh for 1 diamond, it will click back and forwards. It'll shift click the Rotten Flesh into the GUI, and then it'll shift click the emeralds back into my inventory. And it does that 6 or 7 times in less than a second. It just shift clicks back and forth super quick the way that it's programmed. And like instead of having to click back and forwards, back and forwards, back and forwards. I forgot how I was going to word that. Super helpful though when you're trying to trade bulk items. I use my Stream Deck like crazy. I have hotkeys for pretty much everything. I have a whole, I have like the Discord, I think it's called plugin. Yeah, plugin for my Stream Deck to where when I'm in Discord, I can alter volumes of Discord VCs without exiting out of Minecraft or without exiting whatever tab I'm using. I could just do it straight from my Stream Deck. Or I can mute or deafen myself from my Stream Deck instead of opening Discord and things like that. Yeah, so AutoHotkey, I found it from Exuma. He mentioned it in one of his videos. He used it to quick craft. I think it was from his gold farm. He wanted to be able to quick craft the nuggets into ingots, and I don't remember if somebody did it for him or if he did it himself, but he basically got a script where it would shift click like items between his between certain slots in his inventory. Either that or he could have it to where as long as you have in the search bar for your recipe book, if you have the recipe typed in instead of like clicking the recipe, if you type it in, and it would shift click between the recipe and the crafting, and it would do that constantly, and it would do it ridiculously fast. And right when he posted that video, it was last season of ISV, and I was actually watching his video while trading at the trading hall, and I was trading carrots back and forwards and back and forwards and back and forwards, and I was like, I wonder if I could use this instead of crafting, but for villagers. And I just had to use a program to find my screen coordinates, like my mouse screen coordinates, and then program it with the specific coordinates of where my mouse is positioned on the screen whenever I'm trading. And then, so now as long as it's, I have different buttons for each one, but if I scroll in the villager trading GUI, whatever trade is displayed as the top trade after I scroll. Whichever one is visually shown as the top trade, it will shift click back and forwards. I think it's either 6 or 7 times. So much quicker. Not really necessary, but quicker nonetheless. That does not go there. I'm getting so close. Oh, I'm gonna smack into the ceiling. But only by a few blocks, and the haste beacon is over there. I don't want to move it, but I might have to. I'm not gonna move it, actually. I'll just set up a new one. I have like 21 beacons or something like that. I just got bored and sat at the ender for a while. Or not the ender. Underneath the end portal. And just like continuously killed withers. Yeah, this is where I'm gonna have to break it. Dang it. Do I actually need to break it? Can I work around it? I'm probably gonna have to break it. Delay the inevitable. So close. So close. It should start actually looking like a dragon now. I'm gonna have to set up a haste beacon over here anyways, because I still have to mine all of this out all the way up, and then down there I still have a lot more to mine out. When I initially started digging, I just dug to my original portal location, but I actually had to scoot my portal back a few blocks. So I have the majority of all of that dug out, but basically from this point, that direction, I think I need to go like another 20 blocks or so. If I would have planned a little better, I would have done it all. Not would have done it right, because there's not really a wrong way to do it, but I would have done it more efficiently from the start. Yay! The end is in sight! And I'm out of slabs. Get as much of this built as I can before I go get slabs, so that when I try to fly back, I have something to land on. Don't want to English. Don't want to die to kinetic energy. I've done that a few times too many. Whee! Okay. Put this back in here. Organized ender chest. Not organized inventory. Whoa! That looks so good! Now that you can actually kind of see the face, I mean its head's kind of stubby because I don't have the top of its head built. Oh, the tail clips into the wall a little bit, but that's fine. Yay! Oh, I still have to do the wings though. I'll do the wings while I'm doing the walls because it's just gonna make more sense anyway. Did I craft my slabs? Okay, I don't think I did. Dragons are my thing. So, my first ever tattoo, I actually did on myself. Probably shouldn't have, but I was 18 and I wanted to, so I did it. And I put a dragon on my ankle. And it's kind of related to a lot of things actually. So, I asked my husband out, my now husband, in high school, I asked him out. And I did so using a drawing of a dragon and a wolf in a shape of a heart. It's just the drawing that I was working on at the time. And His brother, which I did not know was his brother, and I were friends at the time. And I told him, "Hey, can I tell you a secret?" And his brother was like, "Yeah, sure, what's up?" And I was like, "I kind of have a crush on that guy." And he was like, "That's my brother. If you don't ask him out, I'll ask him out for you." So I didn't want to ask him out to his face. I had so much anxiety. I was so nervous. I took the drawing that I was currently working on, just some random drawing, which happened to be a dragon and a wolf in the shape of a heart. I asked his brother, "Hey, what kind of music does he listen to? What's a band that he likes?" And it was Panic at the Disco. And at the time, I'd never heard of Panic at the Disco. I wasn't really allowed to listen to music because I wasn't really allowed online. Um, so I stole his brother, who was my friend's phone, for like 2 hours. And this was all during a school day. And like every second that I got, or every time I could, or every time the teacher wasn't listening, I was using his phone to look up song lyrics from Panic at the Disco. And I used lyrics from what was his favorite band at the time to ask him out, which was Panic at the Disco lyrics. It was actually the song "Come On," and to this day, his brother was his best man, and his brother's always like, "I'm the reason you guys are together. You were both too shy. You would have never asked each other out," and it became a whole thing. But because I did a dragon and a wolf in the shape of a heart, it just kind of became our thing. And because I did a purple dragon with a blue wolf, and blue was his favorite color, he decided that he was the wolf and I was the dragon. So our whole wedding theme was dragon and wolves, and my first tattoo was a dragon, and it's also kind of funny because my dad's first tattoo was a dragon. Just kind of worked out that way. It wasn't intentional, but yep, it's a whole thing. So my logo and my profile picture on pretty much everything is the exact design of my tattoo. It's a line art dragon that I did myself. And to create my logo, I took a picture of my tattoo. I uploaded it to, I think it was like Microsoft Paint. And I basically did like a ton of editing so it had like color and stuff to it. And I've used that as my profile picture. I've not really ever since, but like since I've got my PC. Since I needed a profile picture for all of these new accounts. Yeah. I'm still trying to convince him to get a wolf tattoo, or just to get a tattoo at all. I have so many, and he has none. I want more tattoos though. I have them written down somewhere, but I have either 46 or 47 more tattoos planned. That sounds like a crazy amount, but they're all small and they're all related. I can get them all done at once and call them one tattoo, but I think I'm gonna do them all separately. Not just because price, well, mostly because financial reasons. If I can get like one $50 tattoo per paycheck instead of getting one massive tattoo that's a combination of all of them for like several $1,000s all at once, in my mind it kind of makes sense to break them up a bit more. Why can't I pick that up? What is in my inventory now that wasn't in my inventory before? No idea. Those buckets should be stacked anyway. Okay, I thought I was done for a second. Nope, there's more blocks over there. If I can get to them. All this basalt in the way. Yeah, I have one that I call it my big one, but not gonna lie, I was kind of upset when I got it done. I wanted it to be significantly larger. Like, I wanted it to be a whole thigh tattoo, not just a small thigh, or not just a small tattoo on my thigh. And I showed the tattoo artist my design, which, like, I designed it myself. I had my sketchbook. I brought him my sketchbook. I was like, hey, this is what I want. And he was like, okay, do you want me to, like, redo it for you, like, do my own sketch of it, or I can just, like, make the stencil straight from your sketch? And I wasn't aware that he could do that originally. I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, if you could, a stencil of my sketch, I think that would be really cool. And he was like, okay, and he went back and printed it out after I told him where I wanted it. And it was way smaller than I was wanting, and I was like, okay, can you do it a little bigger? Like, I want it to take up most of my thigh. And he comes back with a tattoo that's not even an inch larger. And, like, I didn't want to correct him again, so I just got it done. And it, like, I mean, I saved money, it's cheaper, but... And, like, he was still able to get all of the detail in. But I was meaning for it to be a whole thigh piece, and it ended up just kind of being... Not a patchwork tattoo, but, like... I don't know, kind of like a patchwork tattoo. This is actually the longest I've gone without getting a tattoo. When I turned 18, stop it, gas, please. Oh, there's 2 of them. Lovely. Where's the other one? Come here, jerk face. I don't like you. Stop! There, okay. When I turned 18, or not when I turned 18, but like shortly after I turned 18, I went and got my first tattoo, and I was averaging 1 tattoo every 3 months for, God, would have been over a year. I'm at either 10 or 11 tattoos now, and I got all of them like every 3 months. I started with my first one, then 3 months later, then got another one, then 3 months later got another one, and I was very consistent with it. And then I moved. And I haven't had one since I got here. My husband has a coworker though who's gotten several since she's gotten here, and she's recommended me to a place. I just haven't gone and talked to them yet. I don't, wasn't that supposed to, I think that was supposed to be a pressure plate. Yep. Oh wow. I've been streaming 2 hours already? Yeah. Um, that's kind of how it was when I was back in the States. I was getting a tattoo every 3 months because of finances. If I had the money for it, I would have gotten them all back to back to back. The only reason I was waiting is because the finances, but I'm also kind of glad I waited because the majority of my, not the majority of them, but a lot of my tattoos were very kind of spontaneous. I'm gonna do this because I want it and not thought through. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, all of your tattoos need to mean something. They need to be thought through." And I'm not like that, but at the same time, there's some of them that just don't really go with the others. Like, not that I should have put more thought into it, but maybe I should have thought more about placement instead of just sporadically trying to pretty much fill up my thigh. I have one thigh where I've been doing patchwork tattoos all over it. I've got my first one I ever got professionally done, not the first one I did myself, but the first one I got professionally done, I did massive right on the back of my thigh, and boy, it was that a painful one to choose for my very first professional one, but I did it anyways. And then I've got my one that was supposed to be my large thigh piece on the side of my thigh, and I've got like 6 or 7 on the top of my thigh, and they're all kind of like patchwork together. I think there's a car alarm going off outside. Can you guys hear that? So close, so close. I think I only got like one more layer, and then spawn proofing. Okay, that's good. I didn't, okay, before I started, like before I was gonna stream, I was actually gonna like use it as another excuse, but also partially as a genuine concern about whether or not I should get an actual microphone instead of using the microphone built into my headset. But at the same time, when I bought these headsets, or when I bought this headset, I paid a lot for it because it's supposed to also have a good mic. I think it was like 300 or something like that, which I know compared to some headsets that's not super expensive, but it's like the most expensive one I bought. That's what other people have told me too, but I think I just need to maybe just record something with it and then listen back to it so I can hear the audio myself. Because I can't tell, um, I don't know what it's called. The thing on where you can hear your voice coming back to you through your headset. I have a dial on the side of my headset that I can turn up or down, and sometimes I would turn it up just so I could try to see what it's coming through as, if it's coming through clearly, but I really cannot tell. I don't know, actually. Where would... Yeah, mic monitor, that's what it is. Um, I don't know if I did. I messed with my Twitch settings forever ago, so I might have had it to where it saves VODs, but I don't know if I actually set it to save them or not. I'm assuming that would be in Twitch settings. I'm not seeing it from my stream manager, but of course, because the stream's already going, that's maybe why I can't edit it now. That would be my guess anyway. I actually kind of like mic monitor. Sometimes. Sometimes. Other times I hate it. But I like having it on, but having it on low. Growing up, I was constantly told that I would start quote-unquote screaming without realizing it. Like, very... How would I word that? Very bad volume monitoring? Like, I couldn't tell the volume of my own voice, so sometimes I would just gradually get louder and louder during conversations. So, over time, I became, like, overly aware of how loud or how quiet I was being. And, like, I was trying to actively listen to myself while talking instead of just having a normal conversation. So, in that aspect, the mic monitor is pretty nice. Like, I can kind of tell if I'm being loud or not. But that also might just be me overthinking it. Because I know you guys can adjust volumes yourself. Like, have your phone turn up or down, or same thing with Discord, you can adjust individual people. Yeah, I was told it's an ADHD thing, but I also think it might just be like when people get excited, they naturally get louder, or when they're happy, they talk a lot louder than when they're really calm. I always thought it was a normal thing, but right, right, that is a thing you can do. um, I'm still trying to get used to OBS. I've done a little bit of recording for it because I was trying to make a Let's Play video, and I mean, I did make one and post it. I kind of hate it, but I posted it anyways because, just because, I guess. I don't know. So I'm kind of familiar with OBS, but when it comes to stream side of things, I'm not not familiar with it. I want to get to a point where I'm doing this regularly. Like, I've wanted to stream forever. I don't know why I was always making up excuses. Like, I don't want to say I was scared to start, but I was kind of scared to start. It was very intimidating. I think it's done. I'm not seeing any more blocks. I'm not worried about, like, the orange ones. Rotational for buttons doesn't matter as long as it's spawn-proof. And just generally, as a creative and as, like, creative people kind of get, it's very easy to hate your own work. Whether it's a drawing or a painting or a video or anything like that, it's very... I feel like... I can't remember whether it was Impulse that said it or Tango, but one of them was like, they understand that they are definitely their own worst critic. And I feel that way all the time. I'm super critical, but at the same time, me being critical on myself leads to me improving. I like it. It's missing wings, but I ain't doing that today. That will be done as the wall goes up because some of the wings are going to be embedded in the wall. Yeah, me too. I've always been told I have a lower voice range. Like, even in choir, I was put in, like, low alto. So I just used to hearing my own voice through my head and it sounding low. But in recordings, I always seem to sound a bit higher pitched and it drives me crazy because I'm not used to it. Oh, I don't need to sleep. It's morning. Okay, clear up the inventory. I feel like generally most people do. I don't think I've met very many, if any, people who like the sound of their voice. Maybe Crypt. Hmm. I think Crypt does, but like it's his job to do voiceovers and to like do a whole thing with his voice. I guess like people who sing or have like voiceover jobs like Crypt and stuff, you kind of can't hate your voice because your voice is your career and everything. Okay, gonna free cam to see it a little higher up because flying in you'll be above the platform. I might take that out right there because the darkness in between, and I need that there so it shows up on the bottom. It's going to look so much better when it has the black background, and it's not going to be on scaffolding. There's going to be a floating island made of dead coral. But I love how way back here you can't see it at all, and then it comes into view. And it's almost like it's snowing. I know the white particles are supposed to be ash, but it looks like snow to me. I love it. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a stream. Thank you guys for coming. This was very nerve-wracking to start, but you guys are awesome. You made it fun and relaxing. So I don't know when I'll stream again. I'll try to get a schedule set up sometime, but who knows? ADHD. If you know, you know. Okay. Thank you guys.